The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Talofa Lover. I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spin-off. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spin-off member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Right?
What?
We're not pretending that this is normal.
It's not normal.
Right, okay. We're going to tell them what happened.
Yeah.
Well, I told them already. Okay.
Well, you told the people in the group. Let's tell the rest of the world.
There is no
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Deep breath. Welcome along to The Real Pod. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. It is 8 o'clock on a Thursday night.
What?
And this is definitely not the second time we've recorded this podcast today.
Oh, this is madness. Okay, so this is your reality TV recap and real life in New Zealand podcast. My name's Jane.
Hello, my name is Alex.
Okay.
It's all out of whack.
Hello, Cobber. Duncan's not here because, well, he made it to the first record.
He did. Well, a bit of it.
Bit of it. Can you just pop that in front of your mouth there? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
That's no. It's just
the microphone.
I'm producing.
So hold on. So I like to see you though, and now I have to look through this
you could
prism
sort of go like
microphones.
Turn your mic, like move the arm. The arm's flexy, and then you kind of talk side on to me.
So
How's
there's
that?
no Tina, there's no Spin-off, there's no Duncan. We are at Jane Ye's kitchen table.
There's Joel.
There's Joel.
Joel's doing some work on his laptop to our left.
Allegedly,
My left, you're right.
listening to music.
It's
It's a shit show.
It's a shit show. Look, I'm basically like the talented edge DJs who produce and not produce, but like they do the buttons. So like the Mike Puru and the Randall.
The Stacey Morrison.
Does she do the button mixer?
Well, she's an independent woman.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves because she's coming up in the news later a bit.
See, we're going to repeat it because we've already done this. I already started making in-jokes to Jane based on stuff we've said on the lost pod of Atlantis that you'll never hear now.
Should we should explain what happened?
Yeah,
done that.
I don't even know what happened.
Okay, we were busy recording what I actually referred to as my favourite podcast of the year so far.
Yeah.
It was going that well. So many giggles.
It was absolutely humming.
It was heaps of good bands. And then there was this noise and from Tina, which is never good. And we whip our heads around and she's freaking out. And Duncan says something like, "Is it gone?" Oh. And she's like, "I think so." I didn't know what had happened, but it turns out we have a little recording device.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say she knocked it. It fell off.
Well, it was comfortably perched on a rickety old cardboard box. Fail proof.
I've seen it on that box every time and gone,
Yeah. Oh, that's
interesting choice of sturdy base.
Precarious place to keep the only thing that saves all your podcasts that you record, and now Art and Matilda's as well.
Is that gone?
No, it's not gone.
Oh, of course it's not.
They'll be right. They'll be okay.
They're protected by angels.
That's right. And we dragged down to the underworld. So we lost it, and it's fine. Are we going
to do that thing where we tack on the back half? No, we're just going to do it all, eh?
No, I think we should tack on the back. So we're having pre-production. So what we did is we started re-recording at where we were at, which was in the last quartile of Dancing with the Stars. So we'll jump back in time.
I don't think we can do that.
I think we can.
Do you really think we can?
The people will like it. They'll like to get a little bit of Duncan as he leaves the room, which is also what happened. Duncan ran out of time and had to leave.
Okay.
Blame it on the moon. I think it's a full moon. Everything's going crazy. People in the corner were saying the same thing. I'll tell them about the corner. Oh my God, we have to thank Nando's. Jane. This isn't a normal podcast.
First of all, very special thank you to Nando's. Did you have Nando's today?
I had a delicious Nando's meal. You didn't even make it.
No, I had to come clean the house.
And you ran to the podcast
I ran to the podcast. needlessly because it never got recorded, or it got recorded and then it got wiped.
And when we say ran, that wasn't in like a, oh, I'm late, gotta run. That was in a, I'm wearing a visor and I am jogging to the podcast.
And wearing my
kind of
ugly
way.
running shoes down a main road.
Oh, I didn't see the shoes.
Yeah, no, they're
I
like
was focused on
bright blue.
You kind of jogged in. You had this like fitness energy. It was beautiful. But then you missed the Nando's at the end. It was a lovely drop today, actually.
Oh,
Extra bloody hot paella.
The cheesy bread.
I had a really good bit of cheesy bread. The one that kind of sits at the bottom of the bag that I think collects the rest of the cheese.
I think knowing that you were potentially going to see me tonight,
yeah.
you could have saved some. Because I maintain that cheesy bread actually keeps very well in the fridge overnight.
I was like, dress for the job you want. I'm going to pretend no pod tonight.
Right.
I'm going to act like Tina's going to find it. Because also, power to Tina. She was Mr. Roboting for like hours trying to get that
bless
file.
her heart.
It's lost to who knows. So we covered a few things. Cat penises is something that we talked about on the podcast.
But it can't happen naturally.
It can't happen naturally
It was very
again.
organic.
But I just want to tell the cornies what was kind of covered. Areolas was covered. Oh, that might come up in the real news. Should we just?
Oh, you want to try and revisit everything?
No, I don't know. Well, the news is still the news, Jane.
How are we doing? What was areolas again? Oh, was that?
That was about Jess and Tal's thing, which is coming up in the real news.
Okay, shh. Keep it to yourself. This will be the 5th time we've talked about it today. In other Nando's news, they're getting very close to opening their Tauranga restaurant at the end of May.
It's very exciting.
So
there's some cornies out there.
Any cornies down, any Mountie cornies?
Mm-hmm. Mount Corn.
Mount Corns. Get amongst it. I don't know if we... I mean, I don't have enough time. I'm leaving
What
the
do you
country.
mean? You don't have
I was just
enough
thinking,
time?
like,
Oh,
in my
to get
head, I
there.
was like, it's the roadie. We could go on a roadie. It's not far.
I mean, are you sure we don't have enough time, or are you going to be gone?
Well, it's the end of May, and I leave at the end of May. And even if I wasn't leaving at the end of May, time is very, very precious now.
Yeah, and
Very
what better
pointy
way to spend
end.
it than A, re-recording a podcast, and B, travelling down to Tauranga for some fresh cheesy bread. Imagine that. Imagine who's going to get the first bit of cheesy bread in that new store.
It should be a corny. In fact, we should run a competition to be the first corny.
to eat the cheesy bread.
It's one of those wonderful things that we'll talk about and never do because too lazy.
Too lazy. Hopefully Nando's are listening and they'll go, great idea, guys.
We'll
like
make
they
that
always
happen.
do to our cool ideas. Like putting a burger ring in a cheesy bread.
Oopsie.
Oh.
How do I turn that off? Okay. Right.
should read it.
Okay. Right. This is about cats and dogs, literally. And other exciting Nando's news.
This is the biggest news. This is
the biggest real news, Nando's news, national news.
Yeah, this is a real
global
pod exclusive
news.
breaking news.
Last week, cheesy garlic pita bread was ordered on Uber Eats more times than the famed peri peri chips. I mean, that's no coincidence that we.
That's the cornucopia pulling through.
Oh yeah,
and changing the shape of the world.
and changing lives because it's not just the cornies; it's the cornies sharing with their friends.
Well, hey, I don't want to suggest cornies have friends.
Oh, okay, true. No, that's so mean. How can you say that?
They're all friends with each other.
Yeah.
Is what I mean.
It's a weird. I mean, I feel like this is how communes start. Mm-hmm. You get like-minded people.
What commune?
The commune.
It could be like that show Utopia,
Cornutopia.
where you get people, plonk them on a ranch, let chaos reign. No rules.
Isn't there a
Cameras
show?
everywhere.
Wayne was posting in the corner a show about kids.
There's
that
like a kid version, which is that's too far. We let a lot happen with reality TV morals.
I was reading it and thinking, oh, why would parents sign their kids up to that? And then I thought, oh my God, I'd sign my kids. How long do they get to be there? 6 weeks. That sounds amazing.
It's even like you have to sign them up to like to have any sort of surgery.
Yeah, but that
medical
could happen in the
procedure.
wild as well. Like that could happen, you go to the playground, it's always a risk. Fall off something, break a bone, it's no
That's
different.
true.
Except
Was
for
there a
that.
prize? Kids don't need money.
What did they get? Some lol dolls or?
Yeah. I don't know. That Utopia show was good though. And it was like streamed, I think 24 hours a day online. I wonder if the kids one is. Man, that's just I can't even
crazy.
say it.
Okay. Basically, the show that Wayne has posted up is a show where a bunch of kids are left to Lord of the Flies in some kind of like El Rancho style.
It's always a kind of a ranch. I don't know why they think that's like the cornerstone of society, but
I feel like it's so they have to put in minimal infrastructure to this little city. All they need to do is like have a dirt road and some saloon doors into bars.
Was there a horse?
Let
Or
the
like,
kids go nuts.
is it a miniature horse?
The thing that worried me was where it said that they had to, so they basically left to their own devices to create a community. And that kids from as young as like 7 to 15 or something. Is that right?
15 is
Too old.
really different to 7.
I know, but this is what you get in a society. You get old people like me and then little bubbinses like you. And it said in the listing thing that they had to like kill their own food or something. I mean, what?
They
Really?
wouldn't know what to do.
No. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm 40.
Have you ever killed an animal?
Not on purpose.
On purpose?
Not on purpose.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, insects,
Yeah.
flies.
Even that I don't love.
cockroaches. Oh,
Oh,
flies.
kill a fly any day.
Kill a fly. Drown
Get
a
rid
cockroach.
of that. A skink died in my arms the
Oh.
other day.
In your actual arms? or your
well,
hand?
There's all these skink. It was in my hand. It was my finger. It was tiny, but I held it and I saw its little heart stop beating.
Oh my god! Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry. I was kind of grossed out because I had a bite in it and its guts were coming out onto my hand. But I still thought, in its final moments, what better way to pass away than being held by a giant freak staring at it. But my cats love skinks.
Yeah,
go
they do.
mad
I
for
know.
them.
I found it. I found like a fossilized skink or a
Yeah.
flat dehydrated skink down the side of our couch the other day.
How big are we talking?
Well, just regular
Just regular
size,
skink. Oh, that's-
tailless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
There's been many a skink skinking around on these floors. Anyway,
I think they're native.
protected.
Hopefully not.
Hashtag RealPod. Facebook.com/The RealPod Pod. Our RealPod Corner book group. book club is
Facebook group.
is on Facebook. And our Instagram is at The RealPod Pod. It's going crazy on
This
Instagram.
is good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, our Instagram's terrible. Maybe we should do an Instagram takeover and give it to
Give it to a
a
corny.
corn dog. See
Which
what
corn dog?
happens.
Wayne probably.
I'd love to give it to Wayne.
Does Wayne have Instagram? Wayne, you on the
I hope
Insta?
so. He'll let us know
He will
soon enough.
certainly let us know. Any cornies listening, let us know if you want to do an Instagram takeover. Do you know what they could do though? Is they could just change the password and fuck us up real bad.
How could we be worse than we already are? If they post controversial stuff, at least we get engagement.
Ah,
Oh well.
okay.
Is it time for the news?
No, yeah, well, it is. I was just going to do a bit of a tease thing. That's
Oh.
what I did earlier today. Should I do that again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Later on, we recap Dancing with the Stars, and we delete the podcast.
Yeah.
This is very.
Stay tuned for that.
I don't know.
Oh my god, what if it
what's
happens
the
again?
future and what's the past anymore? I just have to make sure this is actually recording. Hang on.
Jane.
Well, it's a lot. There's a lot. There's only you and I. It's going.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And now we've got the
Let me try this. Oh my god. I kind of feel like this is us. Like this is an adventure we're going on.
this podcast, the solo.
This is like leaving the band a bit. Solo project.
Yeah, like how the Spice Girls just continued without.
The Space Skittles.
Space Skittles. Space Skittles. Have we done that on the pod before?
I don't even.
That's the trick, eh? That's like the defining thing of 2019 for me, is finding that out.
It's so good. Even my mum did it
Space
yesterday, and I was
Skittles.
like, "See, mum, you sound like a Scottish person."
You know what I should do?
Get your mum to
Get my
do
mum
it.
to do it.
Well, she just sound like herself.
Should I ring her and see if she'll do it right now?
Yes. Do you want to plug her into the Whoosy What's? You got to.
If she answers,
Yeah. She won't hear me.
you know what? She's at the batch. That's going to be.
Not Bachelor.
That's
She's not at Zach's place.
going to be a shit show.
Okay, well, we'll just see how the signal goes. So, and just to give you guys some context, there was a meme that went around that if you say the words space ghettos in an American accent, you sound like a Scottish person saying Spice Girls. Oh,
Is
it
this
not
on the
coming
thing?
through? No. Is it not coming
Can
through?
I just do it into the
Yeah,
thing?
I suppose so. Oh, it's because you had it on speaker. Take it off speaker and plug it into the dongle.
Bloody dongle.
There we go.
This is very exciting.
She's a bit bloody loud. Do you want to turn it down there?
She's in the deep.
Hi there.
No.
Please note that councillors are on
Oh,
recess
no,
and
let's forget about that.
What's she saying?
Don't worry about that. Space Skittles. She was saying that nothing.
If you're ringing on official council business,
Don't ring her. Don't.
It's Easter time and
Don't
she's
bother
at the
my
beach.
mum.
She's probably doing a puzzle,
Yeah.
but more on that in the real review section.
Which we've already recorded. Maybe.
Is that? Did that make the that's
That
the
was in the
final bit.
second part.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
got
this
it. Does Tina know that she's attaching the end to this bit? I'm pretty sure she was keen not to have to do that.
I'll text her.
Okay, let's start with
pre-production.
Let's start with some post pre.
Post.
This is post pre-production.
Like bloody Park
This is
Road at
honestly,
this
it's the
stage.
Matrix. I don't know
This
what's
is
going
winter.
on. Okay. At Married at First Sight updates, Mark and Ning are not together. Don't act surprised.
Oh, no, say it ain't so.
It is so. They spent a night together after the reunion. We don't know what kind of night it was, whether it was a sexy night with a phone call
In the midst.
in the midst, or if it was just like spooning, or maybe, I don't know. No idea what they got up to.
What
But
else is
what
there
they
to
have got
do?
up to since is not much. They're not together, despite us all hoping they would be.
But they'll be getting on with other stuff, right?
Oh, there's lots of ladies sliding into Mark's DMs.
I wonder
apparently.
if it's the same, like the gender.
Did gents slide into
Did gents, yeah. Did the gents take action in the same way that the...
Maybe, but I'm just not sure that the ladies parade it publicly quite
In
so
the
much.
same way,
They don't wear it
because
as a
they
badge of
don't-
honour.
exactly.
They think you're
Yeah.
a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they were to celebrate it, people would be like, oh, you're a
Yeah.
bit of a floozy,
You're
wouldn't they?
yeah. Whereas
You know,
whereas
bloody-
Mark's like, oh, high five, mates. Well, you're look at
He's
you.
got
you
a beard
ledge.
and everything's changed. I like the old serial killer Mark.
I mean, who doesn't? We've been rocked this week by revelations that Jess cheated on Dan with Talv from season last.
Say it ain't so.
Again, another very shocking revelation that Alex is hearing
How
for the
does
very
she
first time.
access Talv? Like, what is this? Is this that same thing of like the reality TV universe?
Oh, it's like yeah,
like
it's like
when Vianney's out with bloody Ben
It's like
and
Batch
Tom.
Nation. It's like the Bachelor people all get together and they made a whole TV show out of that concept, Bachelor in Paradise.
And that's why they need the Married at First Sight spin-off.
Can you
Talv is
just get a
bad,
bit
though.
closer again? Thank you. I mean,
I can't be much
well,
closer.
just do this. Tilt it up.
I'm just
If
an
you wanna-
animated person. I'm excited to be here.
I'm happy to have you. Welcome.
Talv is a bad guy, though. We knew that already.
We knew that. Lots of news stories came out post Maths last season and detailing that he was, and they're all true. They're all on the Daily Mail. So
Yeah.
certainly fact.
My favourite news source.
But anyway, I'm very surprised. I mean, she's obviously a lady with a lot of integrity and respect for her partner. I don't understand how this happened. Apparently, they hooked up in like December or something. So Talv didn't know that she was with Dan because that was all top secret. And yeah, Dan didn't know she was comparing areolas
Bloody
with
hell.
Talv.
Treasure shoes.
Major treasure shoot. Can you tell me about
I
the
feel kind
areolas?
of bad for Dan. Well, the chat that he recorded, right? He was filming. Did you already say this?
No,
I'm having
'cause-
so much deja
No,
vu.
this was Duncan knew about the chat. I didn't know about the chat.
Oh, so apparently Talv, for some bizarre reason, filmed a moment where they were sitting on the couch and filmed Jess, and they were talking about getting their areolas out at like late at night, kind of half drunkenly.
Because she would have denied. Did he release it after she denied?
I think so.
She just is the most brazen liar.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
incredible.
think she's just like, I'll give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen?
It's not like anyone can record anything in 2019. It's not like any of this is going to go on television.
Speaking of which, tell you who has been on television. Melissa from Maths. Melissa and Dino Melissa. Her showreel.
Many televisions.
There's been news stories saying her showreel's popped up conveniently since Maths, but actually it's been online for like a year. So fake news. But it's worth a watch. It's up in our Real Pod Corner page on Facebook. And it's worth a watch because it's like, how long is it? Like 5 minutes.
It's a
or
lot.
something.
It's pretty bloody dynamic. Like she's got around.
She has. It is 3 minutes 35, just like the perfect length of a good pop song, of her doing mostly TV presenting. Like she's quite a prolific TV presenter on some, I think, pretty small fry shows, but shows nonetheless that have been on the television.
Definitely.
And I think that we need to acknowledge those sorts of people and the achievements that they've had in their lives, whether or not they're still doing it. Just because a show was on at 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon on the telly doesn't make it any less important than the many other high-profile, primed time TV shows.
And especially now with the internet, maybe you could get them circulating again.
Well, if you
to a whole new audience.
if you had copies of them, you could. But
have they not got your request in the library yet?
I haven't quite made it onto NZ on screen as yet. So.
You are definitely on NZ on
Oh,
screen.
not-
Don't be
not-
ridiculous.
Of course I am, but none of my workers. None of my.
Not even a screenshot.
I mean, there's one. Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, Wayne will find it, so
I'm
don't
cut
worry.
so deep.
Well, we need to find, because we've been talking about this in our personal lives, our off-pod lives, that you interviewed my partner Joe in 2006.
Yes, if anyone's got a copy of the smoke-free, the C4 coverage of Smoke-Free Rockquest 2006,
The final.
Wayne, you surely can source this.
Wayne records everything. He's like, tell.
Oh, bless.
Someone's got to have
Someone's
it.
got to have it.
I'm so stressed that New Zealand doesn't really properly archive its pop culture.
No.
I find it honestly infuriating.
Do you know what? When I left C4, they made a like a farewell video highlight reel of my time with the channel.
Yeah.
Really lovely. Interspersed with moments of various staff members doing little things to camera, saying nice things, which is so great. But they hadn't quite finished it. And they still had it. So they played it at my farewell. They still had a few things to do just to plug in some gaps. I've never seen it since.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw.
So I've got nothing.
You've got nothing.
I could honestly, I have to go. If I was trying to get a job in TV and be like, I was a TV presenter, someone would be like, oh, okay, can we see some of your work? And I'd have to be like, nope. No.
No show reel.
No show reel. I just never.
Nothing like Melissa.
Too.
Could you mocap your face onto Melissa's show reel?
Could I
and
what
just-
now?
Mocap.
What's that?
It's like what Andy Serkis does to become Gollum, where you cover your face in dots. Joel could probably sort it
Joel
out for
could
you.
do it. Joel could do it.
He's all about it.
Well, in
He's
that
probably
case,
gone
yes.
to do it right now. Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, from important TV personalities to John Campbell and Jack Tame.
Oh yeah. This is
Some
proper.
fledgling
This
stars.
kind of was breaking news when we recorded the podcast the first time this
and now
morning.
it's like broken and shattered, just like our dreams and
No,
our
everyone knows
podcast.
it. Tell you who's broken and shattered. Maddie McLean. He's losing his mate from his favourite, from his breakfast show.
I don't really watch it.
His best Jack Tame is Maddie McLean's best friend in the whole goddamn world.
But they can I mean, it might be better now
It
that
won't
they're
be
not.
the same.
But it might be better. Their relationship might be better now that they're not working together. I often think that about you.
You bloody rolled your eyes when you found out we had to redo the podcast. Come over.
I don't mind doing the redoing the podcast. I just don't want to have you over. That's so mean.
It's quite a mean pod,
It's
hey?
quite a-
Been mean to the corners, you've been mean to me.
You were mean to the
about your
corners. You
career.
said they had no mates. Or did I say they had no mates?
No, I said they had
you
no mates.
said they had no mates.
And then you drew attention to the fact it was mean. I just mean, like, who has mates these days? You know, it's all
It's not real.
all abstract.
It's all on the internet.
exactly.
I took myself off the internet and I literally have got no one. I don't hear from anyone anymore.
It's quite stressful.
Started talking to my cats. John Campbell is going to breakfast. Where is he at the moment? Is doing
He was supposed to be like he's kind of like the roaming national correspondent, popping up on all sorts of things across TVNZ. But
now he's anchoring himself a very early morning slot.
to breakfast and still saying that he's going to continue to do like other stories and stuff. I'm like, well, good luck waking up at bloody 3 a.m. and then wanting to feel like you do anything else.
I think this is why I couldn't carry on with radio, because the pinnacle of radio is breakfast radio. I'm just letting
Is
you
it?
know that I chose to leave radio. Radio didn't spit me out into the
Right.
gutter.
Okay.
Um,
Were you on the radio?
I've got a degree in radio.
Oh, okay.
That's why I can talk like this.
That's why you can do things. Well, you
Keeping
didn't know
up
red
with
leather,
it. What?
yellow leather.
No, I did because it's self-taught, like I said. Anyway, Far out. When did this become the Jane pod? I'm really like everything is messed up. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Everything. You've got your head in your hands.
I'm
It's actually
so
fine.
sorry.
Nothing's wrong here.
I keep talking about me and my like.
Well, I think it's good if you want to talk about yourself and your like history and your your career highs and lows.
Just
Why not?
Long forgotten.
Maybe I should write a feature about you.
Yeah.
Someone should write a story about
Someone
you.
should.
It's crazy that no one
they
has. I don't feel like I can do it because I'm too close to you, but someone out there, Sinead Horan.
No, but I trust you. Don't write it.
No,
Don't
but
write
that's
it.
bad.
Yeah, because you'll be say mean things and then our trust will be broken, just like
Yeah.
our podcast,
Yeah.
once again. Anyway,
What are we talking about?
John Campbell and Jack Tame's gone to Q&A.
If you got a phone call from TVNZ Breakfast and they're like, Jane, we've seen your screenshot. on screen.
We saw your photo from 2005 of you wearing a Federation hoodie.
Oh, yeah. And is that the one with the Kiwi?
Yes.
Yeah. We love it. We want you to come in and be with John Campbell, Matty,
Yeah.
Daniel, Hayley.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're replacing Hayley because
Okay.
there can only be one woman, of course.
Of course.
Would you be keen?
I'd have to say, look, no. I can't get up at that time in the morning. This is what I was about to say.
That's the problem.
I had to leave radio because there's no point striving for breakfast radio when you physically can't get out of bed before 6 o'clock in the morning, let alone be chatty and animated.
Yeah. It's not for you. I'm sure you could train yourself. I'm sure you could.
look-
You're a mum.
Oh, yeah, but I
You
don't.
get up at all hours.
I don't really.
Stay asleep.
And actually, they're surprisingly resilient children left to their own devices.
Right.
Yeah.
This is like
All hours of
on
the
your
day.
show. L Run show, kids.
Mike Puru is making the big move from the cafe and
Oh my God, you're right. He'll be leaving the cafe.
well, I assume so.
I didn't even think about that part of it because he's going to NZME. And I guess you have to fully jump ship.
Do
can't-
you?
Well, no one else is doing both.
Maybe, I mean, if anyone can straddle a couple of different networks, it's definitely Mike Puru.
It's our guy Mike. You know what I was thinking the other day? It is madness that Mike Puru hasn't done Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, what the hell is that about?
What are they doing? Maybe he would have stayed with them if they had bloody realised who was standing right in front of them the whole bloody time.
I can't think about Mike without thinking about him sitting away from the cast and crew of The Bachelor, eating his pre-packed
Because
sandwich
he didn't get lunch.
because they wouldn't give him lunch.
No wonder he bloody hung on to that rotting McChicken.
Doesn't know when his next meal's going to come.
He's been dealing with those conditions. Oh my God, we got a voucher to give him. Oh my God, that sounds so sad. He's like a really famous celebrity. He's doing fine, and we're talking about him like he's... We've got a voucher to
He
give him.
is doing fine. I'm telling you now. There is a photo of him on this article that I'm reading. He didn't quite make the cut, I think, for the big. So NZME have done like a Shortland Street cast style photo of all their different
yes.
properties, all the different stars, all sitting in like a grayscale background with some on stools, some standing, all looking very, very professional.
Mike and Kate are there.
Yep, they're like right on the right, just right where they normally
Far
are. The far, far right. And yeah, and it's quite. But Mike's not there, is he?
He didn't make
Didn't make it, but he is wearing a very lovely purple shirt in this promo photo. That it doesn't look like him. Like it's there's nothing wrong with it. He looks great. Not that he doesn't normally look great. Just an angle or something.
It's a slightly interesting angle. It's a little bit of a bobblehead kind
It
of
looks
an
a little
angle.
bit like a fisheye lens, is what it is. I do encourage you to check it out.
Are we going to put it anywhere on the
God, he's got good
internet?
teeth. I mean, stuff I've already
he
put
has
on the
phenomenal
internet.
teeth. And I'm actually glad, as someone who writes about Mike Puru frequently, I struggle to find new images of him. I've recycled a lot of old ones from The Bachelor EG, and then now it's not quite right because he's not on those shows. So I'm glad to have the new PR pics in the mix, even if he is kind of strange.
Listen to how they've worded this. He hosted the first and second seasons of The Bachelor NZ before being dumped from the show. Was that necessary?
I feel like it's okay when he's publicly talked about being dumped.
Okay, that's true.
I think he would he likes the reality of it. He likes to talk about it.
I'm just looking at the headlines that are related to his story. There's also Mike Puru overcame self-doubt to become the busiest man in New Zealand media, and Mike Puru loves working 7 days a week, but nothing's permanent. Quote marks. I hope that this is the light at the end of the lonely sandwich tunnel. You know.
I hope they have food at NZME.
Yeah, and he's joining Stacey Morrison, who's so lovely.
She's great. I'm really excited about that.
And NZME have promised that special guests such as Anika Moore would also make regular appearances on the program.
What is he doing? What show is it on the hits? Is it like Drive or
afternoon show? God, what a dream slot.
Yeah, I love
No,
that.
tell you what the dream slot is. The dream slot is the 10 till 3. Roll on into work at 9:30.
Is that what Hosking does? No.
No, it's called what you call days.
In the biz?
In the biz.
Self-taught?
Yeah. It's what you call days. So anyway.
Oh, 10 till 3, love that. I used to do a 10 till 3 shift at the cinema.
The days shift.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, at some point, Stacey's got to. She's a busy lady. She's got to go do. And perhaps I can just put in an application. Me and Mike,
Oh my God, imagine
the Mike
that.
and Jane show.
Did you work together, right, at some stage?
We both. He worked on Flipside while I was on M2, so we both worked on TVNZ at the same time, and we were in the TVNZ promo in the neighbourhood. You won't remember it. No. I was jogging down the street.
Oh my God.
Just like I did today. And Mike Puru was one of my fake neighbours.
Wow.
And as was
Stuff like that's got to be online, right?
Well,
because the TV2 bus, like when it was being driven by
Yeah.
a squirt,
I don't know what it is about anything that I'm involved in.
it's just gone. You're like the video in the ring. Just getting cursed. No one can see it. We
Okay.
got to find. I reckon the cornies can get out. There's gonna be someone
I'm
out there. who's
actually
got the
terrified.
tapes.
People are going to unearth some things that I don't want unearthed. It's bad. I'm just looking at the notes that Tina put in. Like, Tina tried to remember what we talked about today, and there's some weird, the Ponski thing.
Oh, yeah.
We can't redo it, but it was a great gag. And then there was the cream corn. We thought of all the different
talked about
names
cream
for the cornies, what we could call the cornies.
Mm-hmm.
Cream
It's
corn,
just
the
another
corn
pod,
flakes,
really.
the corn.
Oh yeah, we came up with cornflakes for those who leave the corner.
Yeah.
But then I don't think anyone leaves the corner.
No one leaves the corner.
And if you do, you don't really leave.
And,
Like,
and we
it's
won't.
part of you
and
now.
if you do leave, we don't have the opportunity to call you a cornflake to your face, only behind your back. But we don't. You've gone because we're not attentive enough to our social media to know what's happening with our numbers. So
And then we talked about cream corn, and surprise, surprise, Duncan likes creamed corn, and he's not even here to defend himself.
that's an accusation if ever. Who like? Does he think that he would definitely be the kind of person who likes that rice, that's creamed rice?
I
as
like
well?
cream rice. I'll never hear a bad word about cream rice.
Straight from the can.
Straight from the can, chocolate, love it. Doesn't even need to be chilled.
This is something that doesn't happen when we're recording in the Real Pod
Can
studio.
you hear the cat?
The cat's meowing to get outside and clawing at the curtains, which means I have to let him out.
Should we pause it, or
No,
should I just keep
It's only
talking?
going to take me not long to get there.
What's next on the agenda?
Was Jane introduced as Jackie? Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
Josh Emmett's at Coachella.
Josh Emmett's at Coachella. This is something that I don't know about. I saw that someone, if anyone out there follows Flex Mami, a really great follow on Instagram, she's a really cool Australian makeup influencer. She went to Coachella and she took some great videos of her standing next to Akon's back. And she was like, Akon, my president. And it also reminded me of the time.
Bad man.
Is he a bad man?
Didn't he? Wasn't there a young girl?
A young girl? Oh, probably.
And
I was
didn't he
talking to
have,
Duncan the
Blood
other
Diamonds
day
or something.
about how weird it is. Remember how Akon had 2 smash hit songs with New Zealand artists? Why did that
Yeah.
happen? What was going on there?
One
that
was with
weird.
Savage. Who was the other one?
P Money. Keep on calling.
Ah,
Yeah. What's Akon doing?
I
Why is he
don't
here?
know.
Duncan knew something with some guy who was like friends with the Wu-Tang producers who
Dawn
knew.
Ray.
That's exactly what Duncan would have said if he had been here. Just words.
Do you know how much time I spent out at the Dawn Raid studios for a significant portion of the early mid-2000s? A lot of time.
Really?
Yeah. Learned what a cipher was. Havoc's left BFM again, speaking of the 90s.
God, it's a real chop and change
Third
kind of a time, isn't
Third
it?
time round. He's off.
Wait. Oh, okay.
So I feel like he'll be back, probably.
I feel like only young people should be on BFM.
I mean, I've long felt that as a student radio station, it should be helmed by students. I don't know.
Interesting theory.
Speaking of interest, It's not really. Art and Matilda, our royals, you know, they got married. They're with child. And they baby mooned, which is like what you do before you have your baby. You got a little holiday. They baby mooned in the far north, just like I did when I was happy with my first. So I just feel like with the wedding being so close to our wedding and then them baby mooning in a similar location to us, albeit they did it at kind of a nudist colony, our lives are basically in parallel.
It's scary.
Yeah.
And then you've got to consider the fact that they use our podcast studio as well.
Yeah.
Which is not a coincidence.
Of course it's not. Of course
I feel
it's
like they
not.
were listening to the real pod and they were like, mwah, sound quality. Get me to that studio.
I like how you did the mwah, which is like the traditional Italian mwah, bellissimo type, you know, thing with the hand, but you just
No hands.
No hands.
More powerful.
Just the
pure
kiss.
raw energy.
I feel like you're blowing me a kiss, which I liked.
Yeah.
I just want to say Aunt Matilda weren't technically at a nudie colony. They were at a lodge that looks over the nudie colony, and we looked at going there for our honeymoon. But from the internet, we couldn't really tell if it was part of the whole
The nudie bit.
nudist community type thing, and we didn't know if we were going to turn up and it was going to turn into some sort of, I don't know, like bad.
They
bad
don't all start like...
movie, like a comedy movie, where we don't realize
you were
we're
going to say like a Hills Have Eyes type situation. Or
No.
something more sinister.
I was thinking more like a John Candy type comedy where
Right.
we don't realize we're at a nudist accommodation.
I would quite like to go to a nudist colony
do you know
one
what?
day.
I just really enjoy not being encumbered by clothes.
Same.
It's not about being nude or an exhibitionist, but the older I get, the less I'm interested in waistbands.
Right. Just zero
Anything restrictive
maintenance.
of any
Do you
kind.
own a moo-moo?
I mean,
Or something that looks like a moo-moo?
I own dresses that are pretending to be dresses but are really moo-moos.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
I just think I'd like to go, but then I get worried about... I know that they like vet the members and stuff. Members.
Are you...
But I just can't help but, you know, worry about like, what if someone's like... So I'd want to protect my identity in some way.
If someone's, hang on, if someone's what? Ogling? Ogling you? Ogling?
Oogling.
Of course they are. Aren't
They
they?
don't go to oogle. They go to be close to nature.
But you don't need to go somewhere to do that. Just do that in your garden.
Naked?
Yeah, why not?
No, 'cause
go rub a
It's
tree.
not safe
Is it not.
for you because the public, someone might see you.
But
and
you're
then-
in your garden.
Yeah, but yeah, intensification. What's a garden these days, Jane?
Okay, I'm sorry, but if you're lying on a beach now and Matilda are taking Instagrams of you and you're in the nude, you're very much in the public eye.
Yeah,
The greens have
What are we talking
eyes.
about? The greens have eyes. But I'd want to wear a balaclava, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I mean, okay. You just don't want, you don't mind being ogled. You just don't want anyone to know you're Alex Casey. From
I just think it's different
TV.
now. The famed show. I can't go anywhere these days, Jane.
No.
Millions of people watch that show. Then they loved it.
Do they see you out and about and you're like, Susie Cato? Speaking of which,
I have 4 weeks to decide I'm going to drop my entire full life video.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
This part, you don't even know.
right, time for reality check. This is
Willie
the-
Moon's growing his hair out.
What? I'm Googling.
Well, he's got a private
Moon.
Instagram and he doesn't let me follow it, but I see him in the background of Teddy Sinclair, aka
Okay.
Natalia Kills.
Long hair.
Oh no, now
Surely-
she's something else. She's Cruel Youth now. Goodness me, she's had a lot of
God, he's
Instagram
just not.
handles.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
But he's got thick long hair now, almost in the style of Michael, to bring it back to relevant reality.
If I were to go Teddy Sinclair,
Do you get to her?
Instagram, has she got a punk?
I think it's now like
Instagram.
I think it's Cruel Youth XO from memory.
Oh,
And he's still in the background there, lurking around. Gosh, they're fascinating. That's someone else I'd want to follow up with. Just like Jane Yee in my Where Are They Now feature.
Sinclair Kills. Is that her?
Mm,
Yeah, there she is. 242 followers. Oh, no, that
No.
can't be right. I mean, it could be right. Anyway.
dear.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm
Here he is with boxer. What are they called? Boxer braids. Is that what you call
I don't know.
the Kim Kardashian two
That's,
French plaits?
they shouldn't be doing that. Oh, that's what is going on.
Yeah,
Teddy.
it's on.
Not Teddy.
It's on, no, it's
Willie.
not Teddy.
Okay. Dancing with the Stars, New Zealand is back. It's back. The D floor is alive and kicking. Oh,
Another
wow. Very Jesus-esque. Can we put that somewhere?
We'll put it on the.
We won't. Okay. We've got a bevy of We've got a bevy of stars on the show this season, and I feel like we were so deep in Dancing with the Stars last year. I actually kind of feel like the dancers are stars in their own right now. Like, to me, more so than ever before.
I agree.
Like, I was like, oh, hey, there's a
Shay Mountain.
Oh,
Shay Mountain's back.
Oh, you're new. Who are you? Stuff
Yeah.
like that. I didn't know any of them prior. Okay, so let's get into the guts of it. Laura Daniel kicked things off with Shay, speaking of.
Shay Mountain.
She danced to Hotter Than Hell, and she did a cha-cha, and it was amazing.
She was
You knew she could
great.
dance.
I knew she could dance. I mean, she's a performer. She's an actress.
Is she a dancer?
She's
She
had
come from a
well,
dancing
her
background?
comedy act, Two Hearts with Joseph Moore, is very it's like a musical performance. They do lots of quite intense, she definitely knew how to do a death drop, even for the promo, and that doesn't come out of nowhere.
and she did some splitsy carry on as well.
She's all over shop. She's top two.
Yeah.
She's top two.
Okay. Do you think she's got the votes on side though?
This is what I wasn't sure
How are
about.
her numbers on the Insta?
But then I checked out the Dancing with the Stars Facebook page and then posting clips and stuff, and there are a lot of comments just saying she was amazing.
Yeah.
So I think she can keep up that.
She's got 8,000. She's got a healthy following on Insta. Definitely more than Jude Dobson. She's got 8,324.
Jude Dobson has less followers than me at the moment. It's a
I mean,
bloody
disaster. That is a disaster. And look at those pins.
Yeah. She's definitely, I feel like she's working very hard. More so than
Do you think she's doing that
someone
thing
like
where
Mike
she's-
McRoberts.
Do you think she's taking it more seriously than she'd let on? Is it that kind of thing?
Possibly. But I also just think that's in her more innately than it is for other the celebs. Like she's a performer. She can dance already. So she's already improving on a skill level that the others don't have.
Yeah, okay.
Also,
Okay.
while she was dancing, Naz was in the audience wearing very interesting spectacles. You didn't notice this?
No.
But they were little, there was just a surprising glasses choice. Black wire square frames, quite small. Just small little. It was just a surprise. And she was wearing them the whole time.
What's her Insta? I haven't been on Insta.
Naz Fitness.
Naz Fitness. I haven't been on for so long. I'm
For God's sake, Jane.
Naz Fitness Health.
Naz Fitness won't post her.
No, that's not her. Naz.
She was not going to post her bloody.
She don't think
Her
she's post her
spectacles.
specs.
I mean, I'd love to see them.
She might be sponsored by Specsavers or something.
Naz Fitness with 2 Zs. Is that the one you're doing?
Naz can jump. I think she's blocked me, maybe. Oh no, because I'm not on there. So, I'm very confused. I can't find her. It's the sound of me
God.
tapping in frustration.
Oh no, I can't say it. I can't say it out loud.
Okay. Anyway, 21 was their score. Glenn Osborne and Vanessa Cole did the tango to Poirier with some facials.
The face. Now do the face right now. It's a podcast.
It was an O mouth, which sounds rude. Oh.
Yeah. It was it was like a bowling ball. It was eye, mouth. All of them a perfect circle.
And I said earlier today, and I'll say it again. Oh, Uber Eats has sent me a message. What
do you mean?
Because they
Just out of the blue.
It wasn't them. My order got stuffed up this morning, this afternoon.
What did you get this afternoon?
Just
You can't say it if it's not Nando's. I don't want to hear about it.
No. I'm not going to talk about it. I can't. Now's not the time nor place. Shouldn't have never mentioned it. Anyway.
Glenn. Also, it's so cool that he's a police officer. We didn't talk about that on the pod.
No.
It's cool to go from he was an All Black, right? A proper full-on World Cup All Black.
I think that would make it very awkward at breath testing time, at breath testing stations.
Why?
Because you get the guys roll up who'd be like, Aussie, Aussie, loved you in the 2000.
The drunk drivers.
Yeah, and he'd be like, all right, mate, I think you've had too much. I'd be like, come on, Glenn. Come on, love that try that you did with your boot. You don't do tries with boots, do you?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, no.
No, you put them down with your hands.
Yeah.
Um,
Then he goes, "You're drunk. You're under arrest." Another win for Glennie. That's what he says. I like
scoring
him.
on and off the field. 17 points.
He's also got the who's his dance partner, the Simon Barnett
Vanessa.
lady? Vanessa, who is a winner,
Oh, she's a winner.
and she's good, and I think she's going to whip him in shape. Like, he wasn't
Did
amazing,
she have
right?
Chris last year? Did she have Simon and then
Yeah.
Chris? I
Yeah.
mean, that was what a run.
Yeah.
He looks. He had an essence of Donald Trump, with the O mouth and the. I don't know if it was the lighting, but quite orangey feel.
There's a lot of tan
I know
going
there's a lot
on
of
that
tan.
program.
I know, but what's with
Poor
the mouth?
Glenn.
What's the mouth part of the?
That
I mean,
was
'cause
just
I
him
don't.
focusing. It's just like when you realize, it's like when you like, well, you'd know about that. When you watch yourself back on telly and you see little things that you do that you've never noticed before.
Oh, like how one of my eyes
your little
rolls to one
ticks.
side and how my mouth like disappears. Like one side of my mouth always goes
Yeah,
down.
yeah. I noticed it. I took out of the side of my mouth as well. I had no idea I did that
Yeah.
until you see yourself back. So he'll watch that and go,
Oh, I
What
do the
the-
O face.
what the? Oh, if I was born.
He looks frightened though.
I thought he looked
He
absolutely.
was like a
I
he
thought he
looks
looked
like a
very
bowling
cute.
ball in headlights.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. But it was really cute. Like, he was
was.
clearly focusing so
Oh,
hard.
he was. I think he's going to make great gains over the next few weeks. Watch that space, that D
I think
floor.
so as well. And I mean, it's an All Black. Like, there's going to be so many people voting for him, right?
I don't know, because I don't know if just because you like someone, like if you love the All Blacks and then you see them on Dancing with the Stars, do you vote for them or do you go, oh come on, mate, it's a bloody what this bloody stuff that you're doing? Oh, I
think
stop,
you
know,
do.
You got a
He's a
heel on your
cop.
shoe, oh bloody mate. Is that what you do?
know. Yeah, I mean, that sounds convincing. It sounds like something a person would say.
Let's move on. Jude Dobson and corny Matt Tatton-Brown.
Matt Tat.
Matt Tat, who I've decided is now going to be Matt and Brown, just in the interests of efficiency.
It's so awesome. Dancing with the Stars, above all other reality shows, is our number one corny insider show, right? Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
We've got people on the floor. We've got people behind the scenes.
Yep.
We've got people in the dance shoes.
We do.
We've got people in the crowd.
Yeah, I want to know.
Pending me and Jane being in the crowd.
Oh, should we talk about that?
We were supposed to be at the premiere, but then we had problems.
Okay, first of all, I think that the Monday night is shot on the Sunday as well, isn't it? It's not? Are you certain about that?
I think they used to do it like that.
Yeah.
Because I remember going, it would have been the Colin season. And I'm pretty sure that night they did both. But I think now, because it's like they have full costume changes. The crowd's different.
You know you can change a costume.
Not like this, Jane.
I mean, I have seen Jude Dobson, as we speak of
Yeah,
her,
that's true.
changing
In a
costume
millisecond.
live on dance floor. It's like it was a Taylor Swift moment.
Let me check my email from Jason.
I don't want to give away any trade secrets, but it was a long record, like 6 hours we were going to be required to be there.
No, but I actually think that was,
Was there some rehearsal stuff and...
yeah, like the party was supposed to start at 4.
Oh, there was a party?
Yeah, it was a proper party. And that's why I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad that we didn't go. Well, the reason we didn't go is because my partner Joe sprained his ankle and couldn't walk anywhere. So I had to tend to his every need.
And Joel heard about that and developed himself some diverticulitis so that he could gazump Joe. He developed a nasty bowel infection, was in hospital for a couple of days.
that's
Very
proper.
selfishly, couldn't look after the children.
Yeah.
So I had to.
So we, I got to say though, it's that thing of like when you get a text from someone going, hey, I'm thinking about not going to this. And you just feel like the flood of relief. It's two shows.
100% of the time that I text you going, I don't think I can make it. Shall we pull out? 100% of the time you say, phew, that's what I was thinking too. I don't think that there's ever been one time where you've tried to convince me otherwise.
No.
And vice versa.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think it's just, but then like things like Heartbreak Island Party, we show up.
But we really made an effort in that one because all three of us were available for like the first time ever.
Yeah, that's true.
And we took our partners.
That was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing. JT turned up.
That's right.
We met that lady in...
God, I was
you weren't
so
there, but
wrong.
we met that lady in Duncan's
Mum's
apartment. She didn't know we were coming there.
I could not have been more wrong about that season of that show. I was so sure after interviewing them that Sam was going to be the winner, and then he got kicked out really early because he was dating one of the girls that came on as an intruder and lying about it.
I don't know.
Coming on to cheat.
I know nothing. I didn't watch.
He was a low down dirty cheat. And I met him and I was like, most charismatic guy, definitely going to win, amazing guy. And then he turned out to be like the scumbag of the show. I'm a bad judge of character.
But like Dan and Married at First Sight though, charismatic.
True. Trash issues.
Got some trash issues though. Okay. Anyway. Jude Dobson. She did a jive to Devo's Whip It. She whipped it and she was wearing a leotard. Very brave. I mean, not for any other reason except for that I wouldn't. You'd have to pay me a buttload of cash to wear it. Maybe they are. I wonder how much they were getting paid.
I found out before. I do know this, but I don't remember it. I remember it being it's not very much.
It's not as much.
'Cause it's all about charity, like.
Yeah, but is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's about the
Cast
exposure.
aspersions about the integrity of
I
Dancing
think
with
it's
the
about the
Stars.
exposure for a lot of people, particularly people like William Wyra. And
William Wyra doesn't need anything.
this helps. A little
He's
help.
got 100K
Yeah.
from just Instagram. Like, he's all
There's
good.
4 million people in this country, and there's more than 100K watching Dancing with the
But I
Stars.
think in the power rankings of the stars, William's not the most desperate star. By far.
Who's the most desperate? Okay, put
Let
it
me
out there.
rephrase that. I reckon maybe like Carolyn Taylor has way less followers, but is an is an influencer, quote
Right.
unquote, gets invited.
And I think Walter Nealon just can't fucking believe his luck, to be quite honest
Yeah.
with you. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't even know who I am.
That's the call of the century, to be honest.
He's not there as a desperate person. He's there because he's like, he just can't believe he was asked.
Yeah.
They possibly thought they were like that sticky TV presenter, and then the intern went and thinking they were getting like, I don't know, Sam Wallace or something, or Drew Nemia, who would, by the way, absolutely own Dancing with
Amazing.
Stars, wouldn't he?
We need to do our alternate casting because there's just those outliers. Drew Nemia, Mike, the Mad Butcher, immediately straight off the bat. 3 massive heavy hitters.
Okay, well,
I'd love to get some women in there.
Well, let's do this off
Jane Yee.
off mic. I mean, I got to.
Has Jackie Brown done it?
What? Why? What's that got to do with anything, though?
No, nothing.
Could we not both do it? She's a friend. I resent that. I resent the. We'll
both be in it. We'll both be in it.
Okay.
Both
Anyway,
of you together,
look.
like the old days.
Someone did yell out Jackie Brown at me at the mall. But no. But she gets called Jackie Clark, so I feel like we all get called each other's names. Yeah.
Who gets called Jane Yee?
I don't think anyone gets called Jane Yee. I don't think anyone.
I'm sure that has happened at least once in the history of New Zealand. Someone's yelled Jane Yee to someone who's not Jane Yee. Surely.
I hope so. I really hope so. God, that'd be good. Anyway,
Jude Dobson.
Jude Dobson.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about. There was a moment when the judges. She didn't do great, right? She got 14.
She got 14.
It's a bit stiff. Mm-hmm. Her legs are great though.
Oh,
Can't
she's
fault her
got
legs. Her legs are 10 out of 10.
legs for days.
But there was like a little side note where Jules said that he wanted more whipping, and then Matt, what is his name? Matt and Brown was like, we weren't allowed, as a little quiet aside. And I wondered if that was like health and safety insurance. Her legs are insured for $1 million.
Too sexy for the time slot.
Or is it too sort of 50 Shades?
I missed the actual whip bit. Was it?
It was right at the start, and it was kind of a bit. It was a bit.
Was it a
shit.
full-on whip, or was it like a more dominatrix, like
No,
the little
see,
leather?
I even wonder that. No, it was like Wonder Woman, like lassoed up.
Oh,
And she just kind of whipped her thigh, kind of out of time, and it wasn't
like it was a tambourine.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, she had all the trimmings, that and a reveal and a ponytail. It's too much.
The problem with long legs is that they can let you down because they're a long way from the brain, aren't they?
That's true. Yeah,
Your feet are a long way
Takes
down.
slightly longer.
And unfortunately, we saw this also with Walter. We'll get to him later on. It doesn't serve you well sometimes to be the tall guy or the tall gal. And Jude only got 14. I don't think she's going to stick around too long. I don't think she's new to Instagram. I don't know who's voting for her. We all remember her.
we remember her. I want to check her follow.
Can you share your little pun you did about her?
Oh, no, it was a bit mean. I was excited for a re-record so I could stop being so mean, and I think I've been meaner.
Okay, just
But
think
I called it the fail of the century.
Well, I don't think that. I mean, I think you almost would say that about anyone just purely because it rhymes. It's like
Well, yeah.
it's fun.
It's just
It's
a
all
bit
in
of
good fun.
It's a little bit of fun. She has 1,573 Instagram followers. Is that a good way of saying that?
Yeah, but can you get close to the microphone when you do so?
Oh, look. I can't do it all. I'm trying to text Tina about the second part of this podcast.
Because we're nearly there, aren't we?
We're chasing up to it.
Okay, Carolyn Taylor, what now? What's she been doing in the interim?
Good question. Children?
Nope.
Going to Glasson's winter launch?
I'm going to just see what it says on her Insta.
Or has she just been in a bloody
I think
oxygen chamber preserving herself because she's not aged a day?
she's not aged today.
I think she looks phenomenal, and I think her teeth are incredibly white.
Oh, hang on. Carolyn Keep is her name. Nee Taylor. Done the what now and onto the what next. Wow, but
You should have something like that in your bio, Jane.
Jane Yee. Done the squeeze. Now onto the
Squeezing.
squats. I could sell those squatty potties.
Oh, that was also what we talked about on the last
We did,
pod.
yeah.
Just that Art and Matilda, their podcast, Well and Good, I decided to listen to another podcast that isn't just the real pod on repeat. And they did an episode with Anika Moore, and they spend about 20 minutes talking about how much they love their squatty potty. And I loved it. It's great poo content. They're so cool.
You want some great poo content?
Always.
Just go use our toilet.
What's in there?
Poo?
Just guaranteed.
There isn't. I mean, there might be. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Pack's high like a
anymore.
lucky dip.
Sorry.
So there's often you know what? In a public toilet,
Sometimes
if the lid is down,
don't go near
all
it.
bets are off.
Sometimes you see people walk into Portaloos and they're in there for like half a second. They go in and they come out again and they're like, sometimes people miss the toilet altogether, and that's I don't understand. When you see a little bit of like a blob of poo that's more than, I mean, it's more than a splatter. But even if there was a splatter, it's just like on the floor.
Can I tell you, you're crazy? I've talked about the time that there was a poo the size of a scone
Yes.
in the toilet at the cinema I used to work at, right?
Yes, of course.
And I do not understand. There was no part of it that was
Scones come in different
small enough
sizes.
to come out of her body.
Right.
It was insane. I'm doing it.
I wonder if it had sort of come out.
It wasn't like a soft serve.
No, but then it had hardened, like during the course of sitting there.
I don't know. We cleaned the toilets pretty regularly at that cinema, and it kind of been there for more than like an hour, and it was full on. But it's not as bad as the girl who I was working with that day. I'm still good friends with her. We bonded over this experience. She was working a different day. She went into that same toilet. There's shit all over the walls. There was shit all over the walls. There was shit all over the floor. There was shit going up the stairs, and then there was shit all through the cinema seat.
Well, someone obviously had a bad gastro bug.
Yeah, but like,
What was it?
just everywhere. And I don't know how it got on the walls. She still doesn't know to this day. She had to clean every single part of it. So I guess it's like it started.
Well, I mean,
in
if you
cinema.
imagine it's just projecting out the back there, and you're going, and you get up from your cinema seat and you're like trying to hold it together, but it's just everywhere. And then you get into the toilet. How it gets on the walls is you walk into the stall and then you have to turn around before you can sit down.
Yeah, but what is this like? Is it just like a jet stream?
I guess so. It's
Like a
powerful
hose.
enough to get through your clothes.
But how much do you have inside you at any given time? Like, it's just the volume of it was what took
Did you?
me by
Did you witness any of
surprise.
this?
No, I just heard it from her.
Okay.
I can get her on the pod. She'll talk about
okay.
it. We'll have to change her voice like a true crime documentary.
I just wonder if maybe she knows that you're fond of poo stories and she was keen to make your acquaintance and connect with you on a deeper level.
But she was there for the scone thing, and that was outrageous.
I know, and so
I'm not
and so
overstating
you were
that.
flapping around about the scone, and she's gone, "Oh, I love Alex. Oh, I wish I could hang out with her and we could be friends. Oh, she loves a poo story. I'm a tell her one." And she just makes up this impossible poo story.
I have to talk to her. I'm seeing her tomorrow, so I'll come back. I'll get back.
Don't
to you
say
on
that I suggested that though.
It's all
Use a
right.
different
I can
name.
do it.
Say
She didn't
Jackie
grow up
Brown.
here.
Say Jackie Brown did it. Okay.
Perfect crime.
All right. William Wyra. 21 points for Carolyn. Very,
She was
very good
great.
dancer.
She was great.
Amazing. William Wairua and Amelia, David Seymour's partner from last year. They did the jive to wake me up.
I just had an idea.
He talked a lot about his tight pink shorts.
Choose your Dancing with the Stars husband. Go.
Oh, hang on. From the dancers?
Well, either or.
What? That's wide open. Of all time?
No, of this season.
I'm just looking through. Manu. Manu.
Mine's William Wairua. And then
Okay.
my dance husband is obviously Matt Tattenbrown.
Oh, hang on. What? Your dance husband?
You can have one of each. Celebrity and a dancer.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, well, me too. Yeah, obviously.
He's so charismatic. He's so funny. I think it's kind of like, it annoys me a little bit because I know that he has it in him. He's a very good dancer, but I think
You think he's hamming it up a bit?
he's hamming it up a bit, and I think he doesn't like respect Amelia's choreography. This
is such a huge
No, from
call.
his Insta, because I've been following him and he keeps trying to add in his little moves, which is fine. But I was also like, follow her. Because I think once he pulls out a real emotional Manu style shirt open tango or whatever that was, it'll be amazing.
I want Amelia to have someone she can actually do a dance with this season.
Yeah.
Because she was shortchanged big time last year. She was on that. She would have thought we are going to be out in the first 2 weeks, and she had to flog that dead horse for weeks and weeks and weeks with old mate 2 left feet from Epsom. And anyway,
And William can definitely dance.
William can dance.
He's just got to like, and I
He just
like
has
his
to- you know what he
joking.
has to
I
do?
think he's really funny.
He just has to do the mahi to get. It's something that we're going to hear a lot of, I think. I think we're going to hear the words mahi and treats a lot for as long as William Wairua is in the show. Jules did a Billy, cocked up his great ending line.
Oh, that's right.
He did his critique, and then at the end he was like, if you do the mahi with that feats, you can get those treats. And then we realised that he cocked up. Oh,
Jules.
bless him. First night nerves.
Yeah.
Or second night nerves. Are we up to where we're dropping in now?
We're not up to. No.
No.
We've got lots more.
Oh,
to
this
do.
is around. Oh, yeah. Okay, after Manu.
Lots
Right.
more to do. I think he's sticking around for a long time.
Okay.
He was electric. I wrote
19 out of a possible 30. Walter Nealon's ex-Sticky TV, and also
limbs akimbo.
I've never heard of the guy.
Yes.
He's got long legs, long arms, long neck, long torso, long feet, I assume. He's very tall, lanky number, quite ungainly, like a baby giraffe, but also I found it weirdly compelling.
Yeah.
I compared him earlier today to the inflatable, they're not inflatable, but the wind, those tall wind fellas in car yards that have the arms out.
Yeah. He
Those
definitely
things are really neat,
commands
aren't they?
attention.
They're quite,
You like those?
well, they're quite like, if you just stop and look at them, they're quite mesmerising.
How does it work?
Well, they just blow.
Is it just
air
air?
up.
How do they why do they move? Is it just
Just the
the
natural,
current?
the air with the current and the ambient
Yeah.
temperature. I don't know.
you think
It's
he's
one of
like
life's great
that?
mysteries. I just think that he kind of almost looks like you feel like he's about to fall over, and then it's almost like that kind of weird Fred Astaire. I'm not comparing Walter Nichols to Fred Astaire. But you know some of those tap dance moves where they kind of always look like they're going to fall over and then they catch themselves.
Right.
It was kind of like that. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe you're still standing. 10 points for you.
when he did that? Like, I don't even know what it was. The
that
spinny thing.
Oh, he did. I'm surprised.
he
that-
felt like it's like watching a kid
yeah.
be like, look what I learned.
And it also looked like he was
Which
about
is-
to break his ankle.
Which is kind of charming, but I don't feel super warm towards Walter.
Was it because he said he loves throwing girls around?
Possibly.
Do you know, I've decided I'm going to like Walter. I'm going to back him, and I'll tell you
gonna back
why.
him?
I'm not going to back him for the win or anything, but just for as long as he's on the show, which will probably be just next week. But I'm going to back him because I think he's really up against it. He's an absolute nobody.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting in 100% enthusiasm. He's got all those legs to contend with, and I just think that I think he's up against it.
He's giving it heaps.
He's given it heaps. He's not too cool for school. He's not cool at all. I'm just going to look it up.
Yeah.
But I
There
tell
is
you what, if he's
also-
got over 10,000 followers on Facebook, I take it all, on Instagram, I take it all back.
There is the risk, though.
Oh, bless him. He's only got 1,938.
Hey, he's got more than Jude Dobson.
He's a TV personality, a speaker, TV personality, speaker, personal growth, extreme sports, let's move. So,
Oh, I'm going to follow him. Charming.
charming. He's got lovely teeth as well. Oh,
I do think there's a chance, though, because his people who know...
oh my God, what is this? Look at his story.
Hold
I
on.
don't think he knows how to do stories. Oh, no, I have to log in to watch it. That's what it's telling me. I was like, he's posted just the Instagram.
Oh, Jane. You've shown your age. Trying to see this cool, edgy young guy, Walter Nealons. I do think, though, there is a risk that the people who know Walter, for better or worse, are younger than even me, if you would believe it. And they might memify him in the same way that the teens memified David Seymour last season, and he might go further than
Well,
we
do
think.
they not hold him in any high regard, though? Like you're saying, they take the mick.
Yeah.
But let's just think about this for one moment. I know that when I was the hero of many a young person, those people now, I'm sure they wouldn't take the piss out of me.
If you were to go on Dancing with the Stars.
Of course they would. I can't do it. Also, they're not even young anymore. They got children.
All those teens.
Oh God.
He's in the right zone, but I don't know if I don't know if he's in that perfect Venn diagram.
I almost
of,
just don't think that anyone would care that enough. Would they?
Yeah.
Was he on sticky for that long? Was he that big of a deal?
I think he was on for a couple of years. Like, I think he'd be... Because he was, like, in the era after Sam Wallace. Maybe with, like, Mon Barton, who also works at MediaWorks, who could have been a show-in as well. Okay, we're nearly there. We've nearly caught
it's
up.
been a slog.
All we've got to do is Nadia.
This has been much longer than the first time.
I know,
we
it's
recorded.
crazy. We've had a real deep dive into your...
I'm really sorry.
Your career.
I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
It's too late to say sorry.
I mean, I've enjoyed it. I don't know about the people listening.
No
but
one's
I'm just
listening
sitting here
anymore.
having a chat.
Okay,
so.
Nadia Lim. She danced with Aaron. He was Sam Hayes' partner last year. They won. Nadia reminds me a little bit of Sam that first night. A little bit ungainly again, a little bit sort of not too graceful.
Yeah.
She stuffed up a bit, but she got a score of 17. Respectable.
That was a fine score. It's a very Nadia Lim score.
Okay. Oh,
You
what
know?
does that mean?
Well, I just think of Nadia Lim and I'm like, I don't know who you are. Who is Nadia Lim? What is her personality?
Tell me who.
She's clearly like a hard worker and she's very talented.
Do you think you are?
But I don't know who her fan base is.
Yeah, I think, see, Duncan was really trying to hammer home the point that she's got her own magazine and therefore people vote for. I don't think one of those things definitely means the other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think people buying your food magazine definitely equates to votes on Dancing with the Stars. I think you've got to have, personality in print is not the same as Insta stories.
Yeah. I just don't see her as like I know who Nadia Lim is. I recognize her anywhere, but I just don't know. I want her to like suddenly be amazing. I want her to do something crazy. I want to see like a bloody mad version of Nadia Lim. Let it all hang out,
Yeah. Okay. I'm just looking.
But I
at her.
think she's... I talked about this on the Lost Pod, but her bloody... She's giving me tiny garlic bulbs at the moment in my food bag.
I don't feel like sorry, excuse me. You're slightly, you're slightly biased against her.
because of
Can
the
you be
garlic.
biased against someone, or you're only ever biased for someone? What's the?
Or is it like, what's prejudice? Is that the
is
opposite
life?
of bias? Don't know.
Okay, listen.
But she's giving me tiny garlics, and that's the main thing. Tiny, tiny, tiny bulbs with tiny,
She's
even
very, very busy
even
at the
tinier
moment.
cloves. Well,
Things are slipping through the cracks.
to equate one clove, quote unquote, of garlic in my food bag, I've got to cut about 5. Thankfully, I've got your new mincer thing,
Oh yeah, that's handy.
which
isn't
I
it?
used.
Yeah,
But it was kind of...
it's Jamie Oliver one. I'm not sure if you can
Is
use the
it?
Jamie
Oh,
Oliver on
no.
a Nadia
What
Lim.
What happens then?
I don't know.
Like a portal opens up.
Excuse me. I'm just looking at Nadia's Instagram. She's put up a post 2 days ago of her and Erin dancing. It's lovely. It's got beautiful, like very cinematic tones. And it's kind of back to the studio. It's got a good number of likes, 1,000 odd likes. It's only got 18 comments. That doesn't seem a lot for a Dancing with the Stars post by someone who's got 68,000 followers.
That's a lot. Okay, 68,000.
But 18 comments on your Dancing with the Stars post. Just 8. I'm going to see how many.
But I don't know. Does it like? Did it ask a question? How did she phrase it? What's the people just saying?
Well, this is the thing. I don't think she knows.
56 on the announcement post. 105. Hold on, 105 comments on the one.
Yeah, but that's it still doesn't seem. I don't know. Who else is on there? Manu. Let's see what Manu's doing. Manu Vatuvai.
These photos actually make the dance look much more dynamic than I remembered.
Whoa!
I'm worried I'm being harsh on Nadia Lim. She's probably going to win.
Okay, Manu, what you doing, mate?
What's
For a
he
start,
doing?
he has 119,000 followers on
Holy
Instagram.
shit.
He has not once posted about Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my God, legend.
He just doesn't. He gives no Fs.
But hold on, his last Instagram was the 17th of March.
And he's on Snapchat, so maybe we're just in the wrong place. Maybe we need to be watching him on Snapchat.
That's real funny though, because that's got it. Is he the most followed star? He's got to be.
Hang on, Mike Roberts.
What is Clinton? What's his face?
Oh yeah, no, those Edge folks would have a lot, wouldn't they? Mike Roberts has only got 8,981.
Oh, Clinton Randall's only got bloody 20,000.
Mike Roberts, he got less likes than Nadia, but he got 56 comments. So you see what I'm
That's
saying?
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because a comment is like a deep engagement. Anyone
But
can do
he's
a like.
probably not one to Instagram that often. And especially not, it's more out of character for Mike, I think, than it is for Nadia.
This is a whole
Dancing with
separate
the
podcast.
Stars.
Speaking of which, something I wanted to talk to you about while Duncan was not here, and we know he's not going to be here next week. I thought perhaps we could forgo regular programming next week and instead do our Twilight special.
But Duncan wants to be in the Twilight special. Because we always talk about it, me and you, and then he always comes over. He's like, "What are you talking about?" It was Twilight Pod, and he goes, "Oh, I want to do that."
He's seen the movie, right?
He's seen the movie. He likes the movie.
Okay.
He's a Twilight fan.
I don't know if he really is. Like, I don't know if he's read the book.
I haven't read the book.
What? I don't even know if you. I mean, it's a monopod. It's definitely a monopod now.
I'm purely focused on a scene by scene analysis of the first film.
Yeah, I don't want. I'm not interested in. I mean, don't even get me started on Renesmee.
No. Nothing beyond.
You can't.
That's what I want. The first Twilight film.
You can't imprint on children for a start. It's very problematic. Okay, newborn babies. I mean, come on. Anyway,
I want a close reading scene. Close reading analysis of the baseball scene. The moment she walks into the science class and he goes.
Yeah.
And the moment where they drop the apple and he lifts it up and makes it look like the book cover.
And when this in the sparkling skin under, like lying in the field.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's so many good parts. Oh, and when they pull up at the school for the first time when they're... Okay, we're doing the pod already. Okay. That was a good teaser.
That was good. Okay. Nadia got 17 points. Randall from the Edge and Brittany.
Is Brittany new?
I feel like possibly. They did a quick step. He was very, 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 very good.
He was very good.
I think he'll go a long way. Did we find out how many Insta followers he's got?
20,000.
Oh, not as much as I thought.
Not that many.
Interesting.
Actually, who's the more followed Clintstagram?
is Manu our biggest Insta? Hang on. No, William. Surely.
No, Manu has more.
What?
William just ticked over 100K like the other day.
Shut the gate. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What a little
And he hasn't even
audience.
Instagrammed about Dancing with the Stars. Clintstagram's 29K, so...
Wow. Okay.
A little bit more.
We need to do a quick
Randall.
check on everyone's numbers, but it looks like Manu is the clear leader here, and he's not even making use of it.
That's incredible.
Okay, Manu danced with a new dancer. I can't remember her name. I can't remember the score that Randall got. I can't remember the score that Manu got.
No.
But I think Randall did really well, and I think Manu did all right. He did kind of a sexy tango-y type thing, or something like that. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
It wasn't
I
a
liked his leopard
quick
pants.
step. It wasn't a quick step. You liked his what?
I liked his leopard pants.
Were they leopard?
Are you talking about Clinton Randall?
No.
We don't need to talk about Manu. We've recorded Manu.
No, it says this is about where I botched up. She's written that after Manu.
Ah.
So let's just, for safety's sake.
Well, I want to focus on Clinton Randall's pants.
Okay, let's go back.
The leopard pants were good, and I liked that he had like a confidence, and he didn't seem sheepish in the way that I feel like all the other men sort of did about dancing. Like William Wairoa made it a joke. It was kind of, other ones you could sense their sort of trepidation, whereas he was just like out there and he did it. He did the damn thing.
He was all in. Well, he knows he can dance. That's the thing. He might be one of those kids who was a triple threat back in the day, and he's been waiting all his life to be able to put his fancy footwork to good use.
Do you think there's also like an extra pressure if you're a current MediaWorks employee to stick around for the sort of the good of the station?
Yep.
Maybe a
sure.
bonus
Yeah.
dangled over the old.
You get a Christmas ham. I think as well, it's been nice to see with Walter. I mean, we don't know who he is. Newland, and Randall, a couple of young fellas in there.
Yeah, true.
Last year we had Zach. He left pretty early, but that was it. It was just Zach, wasn't it? He was the only. No politicians this
there?
year.
Yeah, that's a surprise. Actually, I didn't think about that. Who could have been? Don't know.
I mean, Jacinda.
Emma Fox. Yeah.
So Jacinda's not got much on. I mean, Clark would be a great get, wouldn't he?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Okay, he's
That
going
would
on
be
our
like
list.
too much.
I
That's
mean,
on
there's
our
no way.
list.
he
A
can
dream
go over
list.
it. Yeah, dream
Still
list.
need a woman. Oh, Jackie Brown.
Yeah, you've
It's
got
all
Jackie.
fine. It's
She's
all
locked
fine.
and loaded. Her and Clark back together again. Okay, Manu. Just in case we didn't tag Manu onto the end. He's my man. I voted for him. He did a sexy dance with his belly out. It's not why I voted for him. I just love that a warrior is there. I love it.
Do you love him? I don't know anything
I always
about
loved him as a player, and now I love him as an Instagram star / dancer. Who are you texting?
I'm texting
furiously
Tina
to see if we can
to
stop.
see if we're at the
We
end.
have been podcasting
or if
for
we
like
have to keep going.
an hour and a half.
This is going to be our longest pod ever.
It's been an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, that's it, right? So
I did
now,
there's one thing I didn't say about Manu on the other pod if we're using it.
Yeah.
I liked how he had some supporters that just had a little stiff cardboard Tonga flag in the front row. I found that very charming and cool. Shout out
cute.
to Manu.
Okay, so so what's going to happen now?
Maybe.
Is we're going to either this is the end of the podcast in a very strange spot, or alternatively, we're going to now cruise into another section of the podcast that was recorded earlier today that survived the great pod disaster of 2019. Duncan's going to be there.
Amazing.
It's like there's been a split in the time-space continuum. And we've fallen through the crack.
And if that doesn't happen, the podcast is just going to finish.
And you're going to think, where's the rest of the stuff you thought about the
yeah.
other things? Sorry.
Forever a mystery. The lost tapes of Real Pod Atlantis.
Here we are. Here we are from earlier today.
Again.
Are we not going to talk about what happened?
Yeah, we know. We have to talk about what happened.
I think it's quite funny talking about what happened.
Okay, so if this is a weird cut back from us chatting away, it's because there was a technical. Dropped a piece of
an
equipment that may or may not have.
It's crazy because we have the most sophisticated audio setup in the world. Like there's a literal cardboard box, which the recorder came on with the recorder sitting on top of it. And somehow the famed structural integrity of cardboard failed us and it fell off. And we don't know.
Well, no, but here's the thing. If you're listening to this, it means that we recovered the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
don't worry
Don't worry, but that's just an explanation for why the weird cut and why we don't know where we were up to.
So if this doesn't make it, which if you're
Then
not
we're talking
hearing it,
to no
you're not
one.
hearing it.
Is this the
Me and you are
Matrix?
doing this all over again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
God, it's like sliding doors, guys. What
Okay.
could it
Speaking
be?
of sliding doors, I got to slide out these doors.
It's gonna leave. That's
It wouldn't
one
be a
thing you
chaos
can
pod
always count on.
without me running away in the middle of it.
Bye.
Sorry, Corny.
Bye,
Love
Dunk.
you.
And we won't see you next week because you won't be here next
No,
week.
but I'm going to call
Yeah,
in. I'm going to
we'll
watch
figure it
Dancing
out.
with the Stars.
Really? Okay. I'm joking. Oh, I just like seeing your face, Dunk. It's harder to understand you down a phone line, that's all. Maybe we get goffied. Last time.
Yeah. Coffee.
Bye.
Bye. It's all right. Off your hop.
Everything's fine.
Lovely mustard
Off your
jumper.
hop.
Different mustard jumper, but a lovely one nonetheless. Yeah. See ya.
Are we done with Manu?
I think so.
Rachel had chills watching it, which I thought was a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah, and she was
Evocative.
a bit cold.
True.
I had chills watching that. Nothing to do with your dancing, just a wee bit cold. Kaylee, wow.
Wow.
No, this was the dance of the week for me.
Really?
Yeah, even though she scored 18, which is quite average. They said her fancy footwork was great, but she wasn't doing enough. Like they do that thing where they always like scrape their chin and kind of
about the
stood up very
frame.
tall in the top half and the frame and the lines and so on. But the reason why I think she was amazing, she got a full-time job, 4 kids.
4 kids.
One of them is 6 months old.
Incredible.
Like a fresh child.
Give her all the things.
Give her the mirror ball and let's just be done with it, right?
Yeah, it was nice to see it. It was kind of interesting. I guess it's classic MediaWorks Rat King folding in the talent.
Of course.
Like 2. It was quite a lot.
Yeah.
But they're doing a lot of stunties type things already this season, which is, I guess, fun to watch.
What else have they done?
Well, it was just like the cane, the reveal, countless things.
2 things. They've done 2
Countless things, really.
You can count 2 things.
Too many
pretty
to
easily.
think
1, 2.
about.
Done. Nixon and the other fella. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't know.
They did a great job. No, I thought she was really, really good, and I actually think that 18 was a bit of a stink score because I was going like, girl, you moving around that floor. You look how fast your feet are moving. Shouldn't miss a step. As far as I could tell, as someone who doesn't know how to dance.
Here's what concerns me, though. So I was watching it with old Alice Webladahl,
Yeah.
who is a young person, even younger than me, if you can believe it.
No.
She didn't know Kaylee was.
Of course she doesn't.
She didn't know Kaylee's hit songs,
No.
of which there are many.
Well,
1 + 1 + 1.
it ain't 2.
Take Those Broken Wings.
Well, not really her song, just a cover.
And
Can you feel me?
Can you feel me? Na, 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 na,
Yeah.
na. Love it. Nothing. She had nothing, which I was concerned by.
Well,
For Kaylee's
yeah.
legacy.
Is
Really.
Alice a voter or is she just a background observer? You know?
True.
That's the thing.
True.
So
Do you know who Kaylee is, Tina?
No.
Tina!
But I feel like if you played me a song, then I don't know a lot of people. You know this.
1 + 1 + 2 is actually a great
1 + 1 + 1.
It's-
It ain't 2.
It ain't 2. Yeah.
And I think if you do the math there, you'll find she's right. And it's just a commentary on a relationship gone awry when someone has done a Jess and added another person into the mix.
It's true.
And when there
got
should
a
only be
message.
2, you now find there's
Not
3
what
people.
you want.
No.
Result.
Anyway.
But then she's on my FM every day.
Every
so that's
day.
going to be huge for her.
Every day. Okay, I think the next person's really coming up against it. Purely because of her name. Anna. Spell Anna.
Yep. Challenging.
Very challenging.
But doable.
It's challenging for the text situation. Because you're like, I love that girl Anna. That's great. I'll vote for her. And then you
True.
type in ANA and it's nothing.
That's actually, bank that thought. That's a great thing to check at the end of the
They
season.
should just have 2. If someone types in Anna or Anna, they both go to the same person.
Tell you what else was a text debacle. When Jude was up getting her scores, it was like, text Kaylee to 333. I was like, Jude,
Jude.
help her out.
Or
She
not.
had a hard time.
Um,
But Anna,
Anna
amazing.
Oh, she was so good. She's very, very sexy, very intense. They did a tango, which is a notoriously kind of fiery dance, apparently, to Love Me Again. And she's also like fun and funny.
Yeah. I didn't
So-
know anything about her.
Neither.
I mean, we
but
had
I'm
this-
into it. I'm
Yeah.
into it. She's like, because there was Jess last year, and Jess was just lovely. She was just lovely, and that's nice. But this girl's got some spunk, you know.
She's got some spark. Well, she's on Crowd Goes Wild, so you got.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. She's a presenter on there. She's crack up. She's a really good Instagram follow as well.
How old is she? 12 or something, eh? It's not
I can
fair.
find out for you. But yeah, like skiing is so hard. Think about skiing. And she's so good at skiing.
Never tried it.
Imagine, I feel like dancing would just be like a piece of piss for her.
I've tried snowboarding and I managed to hit myself on the head with the snowboard, if you can imagine that. It was very painful.
Was it still attached to your feet?
Yes.
How did you do that?
It's a little move I like to call the scorpion. It's when your bum end, your feet come over like imagine you're lying on your tummy, like you fall over frontwards and your legs are still kind of in motion and they they come back to hit you on the head. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not a good time.
That's quite incredible. She is 27 years old.
Oh, I thought she was younger than that for some reason.
So did I.
But 27's good.
Yeah.
Great age.
Great age. Saturn returns.
What?
Look out. You know Saturn returns.
No.
When
sing some of the songs and I'll
period of time.
I'm sure I'll know them.
When you turn 27, the period from 27 to 30 is when Saturn comes back to the position that it was in when you were born. So it's often, astrologers say, is that the right one? That that's when you have like a big shift in your life or a recalibration.
Astronomers.
No, I think it's astrology.
Astrology.
Astrology is the one.
They should not have put those two so close
the-
together.
The highfalutin.
Zodiac people say.
Zodiac killer says.
Woo woo folk.
But yeah, Saturn returns, Anna, if that is your real name. But maybe Dancing with the Stars is her recalibration.
Okay.
It can be positive as well, and that's Zodiac Corner.
So I was so busy. I missed it. Oh, you have to explain after. Huh?
The whole thing I just said.
Yeah.
Well, it's on the podcast. You can listen back to it.
Or is it? Okay. She got a score of 23, which I think was like the highest score along with someone?
Laura.
Laura got 21, didn't she?
She's coming for Laura's crown.
Didn't Laura get 21?
Oh, no, maybe Caro?
Caro? No, Caro got 21.
Oh, no, hold on. Randall? This is terrible.
I only don't have scores for Randall and Manu. Look, if you wanted the scores, just watch the show, okay? Don't listen to our podcast. We're just here for the lols. Okay. Mike McRoberts and Christy danced the foxtrot to Grace Kelly. Very
funny song.
Very un-Mika sounding Grace Kelly. It was quite surreal seeing him do his wee dance.
I know this is not the desired effect. As soon as he came out, I just started laughing. And I didn't stop. And I feel bad about that, but there's something about it that's so crack up to me.
I
think it was the song as well.
But no, it was the outfit and the song and I don't know. It was weird. It wasn't sexy.
No.
Like in the way that him doing a marathon and then having his top off was a bit sexy.
Yeah.
It was I wrote in the notes, he's never looked so much like an uncle.
Totally. And also...
But it was endearing. Like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I kind of like it. If he actually turns out to be like a bit of a bad dancer, I'd quite enjoy that, I think.
Yeah, I think it's cute. But we might see, his transformation and progression across the season. I want to see him do live, like Chris Harris did last year. Remember they did lightning crashes and he had the skirt thing on and the eyeliner, the under eye eyeliner.
You've got to get him in something like that.
Yeah, I think just really go for it with him. Like, push him way out of his comfort zone.
I think it's interesting that he apparently like roasted Sam Hayes when she started, sort of saying, I'll never do that, blah, blah, blah. And then she threw him under the bus at the finale saying, Mike will do it. I wonder if he's like resistant to the process or if he actually is enjoying it. Also,
I reckon you get, I think it's like any reality show that dominates so much of your time, you start to exist in that world and you forget about the real world outside of it. So I think that he is, even if not yet, pretty soon he's going to start kind of loving it.
I hope so.
He's going to be facing like an internal battle.
Alice pointed out something else when we were watching it. When he smiles at a certain angle, it looks like he has no teeth. And it's very enjoyable to watch. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it.
I can see it in my mind, but I'd never thought of it. But now that you say it, I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, so it's Dancing with the Stars. Any early picks for a win?
I'll be watching Laura and I'll be watching Anna. To me,
okay.
I reckon. I also think maybe if William Wairoa can behave himself and stick to choreography.
He's got to be getting the votes through his... How many has he got on social media?
He's just ticked over 100k.
Do you know who would have been bloody great and who would have... And I bet they asked him. Who would have been great and would have got lots of votes. I reckon How to Dad. He would have caned it, hey?
How to Dad. I did wonder about that because I was like, it seems weird. Yes, like William Whitehall was a star, that they didn't embrace more influencers. But I wondered if, like, maybe they're A, too expensive, or B, it's like tense because they're tied up with so many brands and stuff that it's like a problem.
How can they be? Oh, yeah, but I think influencers are only tied for the most part with brands for just very short campaigns.
Right.
So there's very few, apart from obviously Colin Citizen and Lexus, there's very few long-term forever relationships with the brand influencer structure. So, yeah, maybe, but I don't know.
It's interesting because in Australia they had Constance Hall. Which was like, I feel like a big kind of move to that because she is so online, you know, like so many people would just be like, who the hell is this woman with all this hair?
Yeah.
I don't know how well she did, but she had a lot of support early on.
She got into the top 5 at least, I think. Yeah. Look, I think that the influencer thing, I don't think they're that necessarily that expensive.
Yeah, maybe
because also everything that they do, their worth is based on the number of people who follow them. So anything that's going to get them further into the
that's a good
spotlight
point.
is going to, in itself, has cachet for them.
Yeah. Man, How's Your Dad's a great poll. That would have been amazing. But yeah, I think William Whitehall also, based on the vibe in the room, just brought the house down, right? Like he's so charismatic.
I know, because one of the judges just said, was it with him that one of the judges said just like one slightly not so, oh no, it was Kaylee. Kaylee had the crowd absolutely going for it. And when one of the judges said something that was like not so nice about her top frame or whatever, that there were like boos. Anyway, interesting.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm looking forward to this future that lies ahead of us.
I'm gonna. I have no idea. Honestly, I would never have ever picked Sam Hayes as the winner last year.
This is true.
So I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Honestly, I'm just gonna see how it plays out. But I'd like to see Manu to the end because just love the guy.
Yeah. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Have we
for
had a big
while.
sports star win ever?
Didn't Norman Bates.
Norman Bates.
Norman Kirk. Oh no, is that Prime Minister?
No, that's
There's a Norman.
Was there?
Oh my God. Come on, guys.
Did he win though?
I thought there was
Suzanne
a big
Paul
stocky...
one year.
Yeah, Suzanne
one
Paul
year.
won.
Who else won? Who won the very first one?
Oh my God, I
Or was
think I'm
it
making
Suzanne?
something up.
You
I'm
are.
sure an ex-All Black or / ex-rugby player has won before.
Yes, someone. It wasn't Sean Fitzpatrick,
It's not
was
Norman, though. Norman is not
it? It wasn't Sean
yielding any
It wasn't Sean Fitzpatrick, was it?
Let's have a wee look. Norm Hewitt.
Norm Hewitt, yeah.
Norm Hewitt.
Norm.
Oh my God, Norman.
Short for Norman. Lorraine Downs, Suzanne Paul,
Timapara
George. Oh, Tamati. I remember Tamati. I was there when Tamati won his.
Were you?
Yeah, I was there with Ronan. That was the time when I picked up Ronan in a Camry. Simon Barnett and Smith Hayes. Okay. Is there any pattern? Man, lady, man. It's definitely a lady.
It's a
Time
ladies'
for a
year.
lady. It's a lady. Another lady.
I reckon Laura or Anna.
Okay. Let's see how it plays out. Should we do this other stuff? Or should we
What
just
other
skip
stuff?
straight to the... Are you looking at the doc or no?
Nah.
No. Okay.
What do we got?
I was going to do this, which was just a bit of a lull. Okay.
This is great.
5 out of 5 from me.
The nicest thing that's ever happened.
And that's the real review. Yeah, I was just going to get you to real review some of the stuff that I gave you.
Oh, yeah.
might
So I
clear
took
out.
a whole bunch of Jane's stuff the other day. I've given up on my condo lifestyle and now I am just taking everything. So we arrived in the dead of the night, cleared things off from your front porch, including how many puzzles would you say?
There were... What's burning?
Oh, my God.
Can you smell something?
I can smell burning.
It's like electrical burning.
What?
I'm sure it's fine. Until we see smoke, we're fine. Okay. It smells like straightening irons or something.
Yeah,
or-
it does smell like a hair straightener.
Such a great podcast.
And that's the real review.
There were probably like 20 puzzles. You didn't take all of them. You took like 16.
I took the ones with faces on because I don't really connect with
You
the
didn't
scenery.
take the one with the Coca-Cola truck
That's
with
right.
faces on
I
it.
didn't like that one because it was a bit chilly looking. I
was
don't like
very
the
cold. It
snow.
was
That's
in
why I
snow.
don't like Game
Yeah,
of Thrones.
You also didn't
sorry,
take the
Tina.
Flower Tots 1500 piece with the little kids gardening.
Yeah, no, I don't like too many flowers either. But a lovely amount of puzzles. They're still rattling around the back of the car. Joe's furious at me. Lovely things. What else did I take?
You got a Kmart lamp?
I got a Kmart lamp, which is now sitting proudly in our lounge. Moved the old lamp upstairs. It's
cat
all
bed?
happening.
A cat bed?
Cat bed, which was immediately pissed on.
Sorry, that was probably a territorial thing. My cat's never liked it. So
No, he always. So we used to have ones like these little kind of circular donut-looking ones, and Link always just mistook them for like a little. I don't think it's territory. I think he just likes peeing in like a little contained thing.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Well, exactly. And I sort of remembered that in the middle of the night, but I was like, that'll probably be fine. Woke up in the morning, he had pissed in it, and it had also soaked through to the couch. So we had to kind of take the couch apart, couch covers, etc. So that was about a 1 out of 5.
Okay. So has that gone in the bin?
It's gone straight in the bin, unfortunately. So
Okay,
that's the
never
first
mind.
fatality of
$40.
the,
It's okay.
of the exchange. You can have it back.
No, thank you.
The Ethique. There was one Ethique, the scrub.
Yes, face scrub.
Those
Yeah,
little boxed
yeah.
eco products. Found it quite hard.
Yeah, it's hard
You're
to-
supposed to scrub it on your face and it dissolves, but I didn't find it dissolved, so I was just kind of rubbing
Yeah.
this sort of chunk of soap
Yeah.
on my face.
That's why I gave
Is
it
that why
to
I've
you.
got it. It also looks a lot like chocolate.
It does, and it smells delicious.
And it
as
smells
well.
delicious, and I almost want to just try a tiny bit.
Just a little bit won't
Just
hurt.
a tiny
it
bit.
won't hurt.
Because it's got to be good
It's
for
all
you. If
natural
you can rub
stuff.
it on your skin.
For sure, eat it.
So I'd give that a 2. That's a 2 out of 5, but the whole experience 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it was good.
I loved it. I love stuff. If anyone's got any stuff, you know where to put it.
And
My
this
house.
is a woman of moral integrity, I tell you, because I had a world hat that I can no longer bear to have in my possession, and it was a lovely straw hat, and it was worth a lot of money in its day. And Alex turned it down.
But
because
I did try it on.
She tried it on.
My
It's
head was
it
too big.
It was miles too small for him, but it's almost certainly not the reason that she decided to leave it.
Boo. Boo to that.
Anyway, so but overall experience was like a A+ would drink.
I loved it. Also, garlic press, all the kitchen stuff. We haven't even talked about that.
Oh yeah, the
You have
cherry
so
pitta,
many weird
oyster
niche
shaker.
products.
Oh, look,
A cherry pitta, oyster shaker. I did get the cherry pitta didn't stay. Joe,
where's it gone?
put a ruling on that to the op shop.
But come Christmas,
We don't. I've never bought a cherry in my whole life.
you can make a cherry pie.
I've never bought a cherry in my whole life.
They're so good. Okay, anyway.
But that apple thing, 10 out of 10.
Oh, the apple thing's great, especially when you have children.
Also, Leonie told me, cut a potato with that. You got wedges.
Yes.
Straight away.
I
Instant
want
wedge.
it back. I didn't
Can't take
think
that
of
on the plane with you, Jane. They'll think you're causing a
Ruckus.
scene.
Okay, all right.
Loved it.
Okay, cool.
Best thing ever.
Pleased to hear it. I don't think we're going to worry about the cranny this week because we just don't have time. Well, do you?
No, I have nothing for Cranny. Just love you forever, Colin.
Of course. Goes without saying. He doesn't need our promotion though.
Subscribe.
No, it's true.
If you don't like being chilly, then you won't like being in Tahoe with Max Key.
Oh no, in his guts.
First times in Tahoe, naked in the snow. Because he is. He's got his gruts on. But look at
But
this.
nothing else.
Okay, my friend Nadia from Melbourne, sorry Nadia, listens to this podcast, wouldn't have a clue who Max Key is apart from this podcast. And she's the one who alerted me to this.
Oh, wow,
Look very
okay.
closely at his muscles there. She sent me that picture and said, this is from Max's Instagram. He's in Tahoe and he's, for some reason, gimmick taking a photo in his undies in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
She said his muscles burnt into his body.
Yeah, so this is interesting. Around his sort of six pack and his bit.
Down like the V.
The V. Around the V. They're very red and the rest of him's sort of pale. Which it does look
It looks like contouring. It looks
does
like
look like
someone's
it's
got the
sort of
contouring brush out.
spray painted on. But I wonder if it's like he's so ripped.
It's to do with. It's got to be to do with the weather, like how cold
Yeah.
it is. There's some sort of but it does. It looks like he's gone.
It does look painted on.
Yeah, looks like body art.
Yeah, I feel weird zooming in like this, but you do what you got to do for the job.
Oh well, you don't need to zoom in there.
Well,
That's not even what we're talking
for the
about.
job, do the mahi.
I'm not sure about his hairdo at the moment.
Give me a lip.
It's a little Hitler-esque.
Well, he's travelling.
He is loving it, by the way.
is loving
He's
it.
in Tahoe. He stayed on he'd never been before, didn't know anything about it, despite the LMNOP song. And he went there, he said, I'm just going to stay with a mate. And he's only packed jandals and singlets, and he's ended up in bloody minus
Max.
225 degree temperatures, and he's slept in a car with no electricity. He's just living life.
This is great.
Yeah.
He's also taking, I don't know if he's staying in like a hostel or he's met some new interesting friends from all around the world, but he's teaching them how to do that. Tina, you know about this. What's that cyclone thing that you do with the vortex?
Well, how do you do the vortex? What's the
You
vortex?
get like an RTD or a bottle of beer and you like spin it really fast as you kind of tilt it up, and then it just kind of like vortexes down your throat.
You you're emptying a bottle and you like go like that, so it just
All
Yeah.
comes out fast.
like the
You
air
do
goes
that
through the
into your
middle
mouth.
and
Yep. Okay. Probably.
He's taking that around the world. So
Oh, that's my stomach. Excuse
get
me.
that good Kiwi culture.
Come on,
out
Andy.
there.
His hashtag's really interesting. Indian traveller is his very first hashtag.
Okay.
Travel writer. Okay. Mystic gypsy.
Can't say that anymore.
Yeah. Hindi poetry slam. I mean, he's really.
What's going on?
It's like someone's told him these are great, great hashtags to use.
Yeah.
But I think you need to. Indian people? Like,
What's he up to?
What's he up to? It seems like a cultural appropriation.
It does
in
seem like cultural
hash-
appropriation.
Tag form.
This is something that happens. Someone alerted me to this. Like people who put like hashtag who aren't gay put like hashtag Instagay and like they put in all
Yeah.
these things to like bring
Draw
in
a
more.
certain crowd.
It's kind of interesting.
get the likes.
But I
Get
feel
to
like,
get the likes,
If
yeah.
you're misrepresenting yourself, those likes aren't going to stick around, right? Like,
No, but he's a good time, not a long time.
it's true. It's true. Anyway,
Love your travels.
incredible India. I mean, honestly, you're in Tahoe,
That
mate.
is
Do you even
weird.
realize? Maybe it's an in joke. I don't know. I don't
It
know what's
sounds
going on.
like an in joke. Surely.
He is a travel addict now too. That's another one. So he's-
Oh, I can't
oh,
wait.
Max.
Oh, truly the
Max.
adventure of a lifetime.
Bless you. Okay. Anyway, that's us for the week.
We finished?
Thanks very much for listening. And we will catch you next week. Just Alex and
no
Jane.
Duncan. Might get a special guest. Might not.
Might not. We'll see how we go.
Just have fun with it, really.
Okay. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, Standards. Can you hear my
Bye.
Can you hear my stomach? It's
No.
It is starving.
I'm starving too.
Let's have some chicken.
Yum.
Bye.
Bye.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spin-Off. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spin-Off Podcast Network.